Welcome back, writers. Today we're going to be practicing writing the letter D. We have an uppercase D and we have a lowercase d. To start that out, let's talk about what we're going to be using to create these letters. For a capital D or an uppercase D, you're going to have that big line and then you're going to have a big curve. Notice that my curve and my line are both the same height. They both go from the top to the bottom. This is considered a tall letter because when we put it on our paper, it's going all the way from the top of the line down to the bottom. So there's my big letter D. Let's go ahead and trace that. This time, let's trace it on our cheek. See if you can put your finger on your cheek and make a big line down. Big line down. What do we do when we want to get back up to the top? Do you remember what that's called? What kind of jump? Frog jump. So we're going to frog jump back up to the top, and then we're going to make our big curve. Go ahead and write that on your arm. Let's do a big line down, frog jump, big curve. If I put it right here on my paper, it looks just like this. Big line down, frog jump, big curve. Lowercase d has the exact same big line, only this time now we're using a little curve. I'm not sure if you remember or not, but we had letter B a couple days ago, and letter B was going this way. So here we have D, and this one we had B. Remember I showed you that really cool trick that letter B is actually always on your hand all the time. So if I were to put my thumbs up, I'm going to switch these around. Sorry, guys. If I put my thumbs up, you can see my B and my D. If I put my hands together and pull them apart, I have my B and my D. And it's just like if I were to say the alphabet. The B comes first. A, B, C, D. So I start on this side of my body to this side, just like if I was reading a book or singing the alphabet. A, B, C, D. So that's one way you can remember. The other way that you can remember how to write a lowercase d is we start with the letter that comes before it. You have to start with a C to make a D. I'll do that again. Start with a C to make a D. And remember, we talked about that C is like a kitty cat that wants to come over and see my hand. Start with that C to make a D. If I put that onto my paper, I have to do that same thing. I start with a C, then I'm going to helicopter all the way up to the top of the line. Helicopter up, and then the sky bumps me down. Bump down. Make sure you remember to bump down. If you don't, you get a letter that looks like that, and it's missing that little tail. I want to come back down and bump right down. Okay? Go ahead and record yourself writing the letter D 5 times and the lowercase d 5 times. And then I have something for you to sort. So make sure that you click on the other activity that's there. You are going to sort the letter D's and the letter B's. Take care.